Hello everyone, in today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you step by step how I went about the making of this beautiful baby girl dress with collar and puff sleeves. If this sounds like something you're interested in, keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe. Let's get on with the tutorial. For this tutorial, I made use of 3 yards of Ankara fabric, half yard of crepe material, my zipper, thread, measuring tape, scissors, ruler and chalk. The first thing you go ahead to do is to divide your ball by 4 and add adequate sewing allowances. After doing that, I just went ahead to cut out the half length I'm working with, but I also added 2 inches extra. Remember to give about 1.5 inches for zipper allowance. The next thing I'll go ahead to do is to measure out ½ inch away from the top region. This is going to serve as my starting line or my shoulder line. Due to the fact that after joining the shoulders, I don't want this black design to show, I'm just going to rule another line, and this is going to serve as my starting line or my shoulder line. From the starting line, I'll come down by my actual half length measurement and mark it all through. Divide the shoulder measurement by 2 and mark it at the starting line. From that point, I came down by 0.5 inches because we're working for a little girl. Then I went ahead to divide the bust measurement by 6 and added 1.5 to that to get the armhole. Then I marked it as seen. So this is going to be our chest line, and I'll just connect it as seen. Then I'll go ahead to retake what I have at the shoulder and connect it in a straight line. Divide that into 2, come in by 0.5 inches, mark out the actual bust measurement divided by 4, and then use my ruler to connect all these lines together. I then went ahead to add 2 inches for the sewing allowances. Remember that there's going to be darts, guys, so you can just go ahead to add 1 inch to what you have at the waistline. As for the back measurement, go ahead to come out by 1.5 inches for zipper allowance and connect together. Then for the neckline, I just came in by 2.5 inches and then I came down by 1 inch and then connected everything together using my curved rule and extended all the way to the zipper allowance. The next thing I'll just go ahead to do is to cut this out, guys. Whilst cutting at the shoulder, I left ½ an inch, at the neckline I left ½ an inch, and then from the half length down I left 1 inch. So guys, you notice that the front and back neckline are the same. Let's go ahead to cut out the front neckline. For the front neckline, I'm just going to come down by how deep you want it to be. So as for me, I want it to be 5 inches deep, and from my actual shoulder line I just came down by 5 inches from that point, and then with the help of my ruler I connected a kind of curvy line. Is not really straight, but it's going to also give me a V neckline. I connected it all the way to the shoulder allowance. I'll then go ahead to cut this out. So guys, we're basically through with cutting the upper bodice of this dress. I'll go ahead to remove these papers that are here, and that'll be all for the cutting of the front and back pieces. So guys, I've gone ahead to cut lining pieces just like we cut for the front. I've gone ahead to join the shoulders of my Ankara fabric together, and I also went ahead to do the same thing for the lining. Remember that right sides should face each other. And after doing this, I'm just going to place both the lining and the actual fabric together as seen and pin them directly to be together at the shoulder. Then from the shoulder point, I'm just going to arrange where the rest of it is going to be. I'm going to pin up all the necessary areas. So guys, flipping this fabric all the way to the back, I'll just go ahead to mark out my zipper allowance at 1.5 inches, and then from that point I'm just going to measure all the way to the middle of my neckline. So guys, whatever you have there, take note of what you have. So guys, let's work on the collar. The first thing I'll go ahead to do is to bring the gum stay or collar stay, and I'm just going to fold it in two, just like you can see. After folding it with the help of my ruler, I'm just going to rule a straight line ½ an inch away, and this is going to serve as my starting line. I'm going to measure what I have across my paper, and then I'm going to divide that into 2 to get the middle of this piece, and I'll mark it as seen. Then I'm just going to measure out the front neckline, which is about 5 inches, so I measure that, and then that of the back, which is about 2 inches. I also took the measurement from the midpoint. Then I came up by 1 inch from that point, and I connected a straight lines all the way to the top. This is to guide us when we are drafting our collar. Now guys, from the ½ an inch I came out by at the middle, I'm just going to connect this, slope them back to the front and back pieces respectively. I want my collar to be 3 inches tall, and I came up by 3 inches at all the sides, and I'm just going to connect it just like you can see. Then the next thing I went ahead to do is to extend 2 inches for my collar. Then I'm not going to rearrange my ruler as seen and connect it in a straight line. Then I'm going to connect it back to the starting point of the collar. Now I'll do the same thing for the back, but the back is going to be 1 inch extension, not 2 inches. After doing that, guys, that is basically how to cut out this collar. Very simple. I'll go ahead to cut this out. So guys, this is basically all for the cutting of the collar. I'm just going to go ahead to use this and cut on my crepe fabric. So guys, I've gone ahead to iron the shining part of my collar stayed to that of the fabric, and I left about half an inch allowances all through. This is to enable us to join the both collar pieces together and then to join the collar itself to that of the neckline. Now guys, I'm just going to place them right sides facing each other, and I'm going to stitch around this area, leaving the part we're going to attach to the collar open, because we're going to, from that point, we're going to turn all of this to the correct side. So I'll go ahead to do that and show you guys what I have. So guys, having joined the both pieces at these areas that I'm showing with my finger, I'll just go ahead to cut off the excesses and then turn this to the right side. So guys, this is what the collar pieces are looking like. You can also go ahead to iron this out. Now the next thing I'll go ahead to do is to arrange my collar to that of the fabric. So guys, locate the middle of your neckline at the front and then pin your fabric, your collar to that of the neckline. So you make sure the collars, they are very close to their self, and then from that point you just pin it all the way to the back. And after doing that, you're just going to go ahead to use your lining to cover it and then follow the shape of the neckline and then just stitch it all the way through. So I'll go ahead to do mine now. I've gone ahead to make my stitch around the collar neckline. Now the next thing I'll go ahead to do is to close up all the sides. So just go ahead to just close it like how you will normally do. Now guys, I've gone ahead to close up all the areas of the side. I've also gone ahead to close up the zipper allowance. Now guys, for our V neckline, I'm just going to notch it at this point so that it's going to be easy for us to turn this to the right side. And after doing that, I'll turn out everything to the right side. Having turned everything to the right side, just go ahead to give this a good press. So guys, after ironing, the next thing that you want to do is to put your dart. So guys, I've gone ahead to mark my dart and I'm just going to go ahead to fix it. After stitching my dart, this is what it's looking like. Now the next thing I'll just go ahead to do is to measure around the armhole to determine the armhole measurement. So guys, as for the length of the sleeve, I actually want it to be 40 inches, but I'm going to be adding a band of 1 inch to it. So 14 minus 1 is 13 inches, and I'm going to cut this out with 14 inches so that we can add half an inch to join it to the armhole and then half an inch to join it back to the band. So guys, as for the width, that's how wide it is. I just went ahead to multiply her round sleeve measurement times 3, and that was 7 times 3, that is 21. So this is actually 22 inches wide. We're going to use the other inches, the extra inch, to join the both of them together. Now guys, I'm just going to roughly determine the armhole measurement. Now there's going to be extra. We're going to gather up some of it at the shoulder region. So guys, I'll just go ahead to roughly take what I have. So I have an armhole to be about 8 inches, but this armhole I'm currently working on is more than 8 inches. So guys, I'll just go ahead to cut it out, and then that'll be all for the sleeve, and then cut it out just like you can see. Now guys, next I'll just go ahead to do is to cut out the band I'll be joining to the hem of the sleeve. So guys, I have this piece of fabric which measures 3 inches. When I fold it in two, I have it to be 1.5 inches. So guys, I'm just going to go ahead to join this to the hem and make sure that the length of what I have is the same thing as that of the round sleeve, and I'll just join them and then weave the inside. So guys, having gone ahead to do all of that, this is what I have. I also went ahead to iron this down. So guys, next I'm just going to do is to insert my elastic into the elastic in order to do that. The round sleeve I'm working with is 7 inches. I'm just going to be cutting the elastic exactly at 7 inches. So guys, with the help of my safety pin, I'm going to pass the elastic through the channel that we created. Having gone ahead to use my machine to secure the both ends so that the elastic can be in place, we then go ahead to run a gather stitch along the armhole region of the sleeves. I went ahead to do this for the both sleeves. Retaking to confirm my armhole measurement, I will just go ahead to draw a gather stitch all the way and shift it all the way to the middle of your sleeve. Remember to notch the middle before you start gathering it. So guys, I'll just go ahead to do that, and I will also take the measurements of my sleeve to make sure they are both equal. With that being done, guys, I'll just go ahead to join the both of them to that of the bodice. I've gone ahead to join the both sleeves, guys, and this is what I have. Now the next I'll go ahead to do is to fix the belt to it. So guys, as for the belt, I cut out 2 pieces of fabric and it measures 2.5 inches wide when it is on fold. Now when I open it, I have it to be 5 inches, and then for the length, you just go ahead to measure out how long you want the belt to be. So guys, I'm just going to just stitch it all around, as you can see. Now just go ahead to turn this to the right side and then press it flat. So guys, my belt is ready, and I'll just go ahead to first of all take my half length measurement. After taking the measurement and marking it, I'm going to place the belt on top of the half length measurement. So guys, this belt is 2 inches wide. I'll just place it on top and I'll go ahead to pin it at the both sides. Then after doing that, I'm just going to turn it all the way to the back, as you can see, arrange it and make sure that they are all aligned equally. Place the belt very well inside, and then I'm just going to go ahead to close up this area as seen. On closing the both sides of the dress, this is what I have, looking very nice. Now the next thing I just wanted to do is to rule my half length measurement all the way through and make sure that they were equal at the zipper area. This is to enable us to join the lower part of the dress to that of the upper part. So guys, I've already gone ahead to cut the lower part of my dress. The first you just go ahead to do is to fold your fabric and then mark half an inch away from the top region. This is to enable us to join it to the upper bodice, and then you now measure how many inches you want to fold it up by. So I measured 1 inch for that, and that was how I came about this measurement. And then how wide it is, I just went ahead to multiply the waist I'm working with by 3, and that was how I got the width of this. Now the next I'm just going to do is to run a gather stitch along this piece and then come and show you guys what I have. Now guys, having run a gather stitch across it, this is what I have. I'm just going to go ahead to pick one side of it, which is preferably the thread on top, and I'm just going to go ahead to draw it until I have the waist measurement of what I have on the upper bodice. Oh, I be today. La, 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 la. Today, this is God design. Forever you'll be mine, baby. Oh, I be today. So guys, this is what I have. I'm not going to use it as the right size facing each other, and I'm going to sew it along the line, half length line of the next area. Just go ahead to make that. So guys, this was mine looking like. Next, we'll just go ahead to place it attach the lining to it. So guys, as for the lining, I just multiply the waist measurement by 2. But I found that it's actually small, so you can just go ahead to multiply it by 3 or by 2.5 to get how full you want it to be. So guys, like I said, I multiply mine by 2, and you can see that it's pretty scanty, but like this, I'll just work it with it like that. And I've also gone ahead to fold the ends of the lining, so I'm going to place the lining, as you can see. So I'm going to place the right side of the lining to be the one facing me, to be the one facing the dress, and then the wrong side is the one that is facing me. So I'm not going to just stitch over like this, so that when we turn it to the other side, it's going to be very neat. So guys, after joining the lining to that of the dress, this is what it's looking like. I'll just go ahead to just fold it as seen, make sure that they are both aligned at the half length region, and then arrange the back as seen, and I'm going to make a stitch all the way down. Having closed it up, this is what this area is looking like. I'm just going to go ahead to attach my zipper. So guys, with that, we have come to the end of this tutorial. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and also subscribe. Thank you all for watching this far, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.